Hello, I'm Interghost, and today I'll be reviewing Jet Set Willy from 1984. This was the sequel to Manic Miner, which I've reviewed already, and here's the loading screen for Jet Set Willy. This was followed by Jet Set Willy 2, which was the only game which was not written by Matthew Smith. It also came out on this compilation tape. There's two versions, one with Beachhead on it and one with Spy Hunter. So here we have the famous first room, the bathroom, with the toilet there in the corner, which you end up in at the end of the game. And like I said, this game was released in 1984, written by Matthew Smith, and it was released at £5.95. It was published by Software Projects Limited. It was also released in Spain by Growsoft, Microbyte and Venomatic. And as you can see, it's a one-player action platform game. Since then, there have been lots of fan-made games. Here's a list of some of them, as well as lots of Jet Set Willy editors. And also, some people have updated it for the 2000s, and here's a few of the remakes. This was a huge game at the time. Unlike Manic Miner, where you just go through one screen and it progresses to the next level, this game you could wander around freely, and it consisted of 60 rooms, which at the time was huge for a Spectrum game. This game actually sold over 1 million copies when it was released in the 80s, and it's one of the best sold Spectrum games ever, and probably one of the best well-known games. Like I said, there are different Jet Set Willy editors. There are actual 9 Jet Set Willy editors which were officially released for this game, and here you can see the whole map of the entire game. As you can see, it's quite a large area. This game does take up to an hour to complete if you know what you're doing. Most people didn't actually complete this game, and the main reason for this is the game does contain a lot of bugs as well, which means that you can fall into a room and get killed, and because of the way it's programmed, you'll start back from where you first started falling, so you'll continue to fall and lose all your lives until you're dead. This is one of the first games also which had a copy protection on it to try and stop people copying the game and giving it to their friends. The way they did it is, when the game loaded up, it asked you a grid reference, which was on a sheet like this, which you looked up in your cassette inlay, and then you had to type in the different colours to prove that you had the original game. At the time, this was quite good, as a lot of people didn't have access to colour copying machines. Only black and white photocopies were around at the time. Some people, however, did have copies of the copy protection, and would spend quite a lot of time sitting there writing out all the different colours for the different combinations. So the object of the game is quite similar to Manic Miner, where you have to go around collecting the flashing objects on each screen. When you collect flashing objects, you can then go to the final screen and try and complete the game. So if I just show you an advert which was around at the time, this was in the magazines such as Crash and Your Sinclair, and I'll just tell you the story which came on the cassette inlay. It says that you're a very tired Manic Miner Willy, and you have to tidy up all the items which are left around your house after a huge party. When you've done this, the housekeeper, Maria, will allow you access to your bedroom so that you can finally go to sleep. The house is built from the wealth that Willy gained from his adventures in Manic Miner, and most of the house has not been explored and contains strange creatures, possibly a result of the previous missing owner and his experiments. Willy must explore the house and the grounds, including the beach and his private yacht. So if I just show you a few more screens now, and I will then show you a small interview which was around at the time with the creator of the game, Matthew Smith.
Matthew Smith became very wealthy very quickly with the success of Manic Miner and its sequel, Jet Set Willy, But then he disappeared. He stopped writing games, and he vanished into video game myth. For the past few years, there's been a website up called Where is Matthew Smith? And people have been calling in citing.
I think it's going to get to a stage where one person can't write a whole game.
I had a Tandy TRS-80, but it crashed every time anybody put the kettle on, so I had to work at night.
Manic Miner, this is the first game. Jet Set Willy sort of is the sequel to it, isn't it? It's the same character and stuff. How long did that take to write?
It was a slog getting Jet Set Willy finished.
Were they really pressuring you to come up with the next big hit? Were you getting people phoning you up saying, come on, Matt, you've got to do this?
Yeah, the assumption was it's once you do one in a certain time, you can keep doing it in the same time.
Every Spectrum owner eagerly awaited the final release of the trilogy, the now legendary Miner Willy Meets the Taxman.
Wasn't there supposed to be a third one? Jet Set Willy Meets the Taxman or something?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to that? Is that...
The Taxman was way at the back of the queue there.
Oh, really? Without being rude, how much did you make from Manic Miner?
I did have a substantial sum, but I expected a whole lot more, so I spent what I had, fairly foolishly.
You are the stuff of legend. You are a legend. There's no doubt about it.
So here we have the final room. After collecting all the flashing items, the master bedroom, you try to go to sleep and then realise you feel sick from the night before. So here he goes, rushing off to the bathroom to see the final room in the game, which is Miner Willy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe and leave comments. Cheers.
I run past some rumours that are on the net about you, and you can just tell us if it's true or if it's false. You lived in Holland in a commune.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
That was a great time. I went there in 95.
Okay, you worked as a fish seller.
No, I don't think I ever sold fish. I tried to get a job in a fish gutting factory. But I applied at the wrong time of year.
What does it feel like to know there are, sort of a lot of people interested in what you're doing now, 20 years after you wrote this?
Well, everything comes around and goes around. Like 5 years after I did it, I was a washout, and 10 years after I did it, I was history. But coming up to 20 years now, and I'm a legend.